It's cute and cuddly, but it's also fun and funky. On this edition of Test Drive, the Jeep Renegade. What goes unspoken with the 2016 Renegade is the fact that beneath its Jeepness, it is in fact a Fiat, built in Italy alongside the 500X. Now that's not such a bad thing, as Jeep has done a very good job of putting some serious separation between the two models. You know, if you're into logos, you're going to love this Renegade because there's a Jeep logo of one sort or another everywhere you look. On the hood, the tailgate, in the headlights, the tail lights, the side view mirrors, up beside the rear view mirror, in the fabric, on the door speakers, and on it goes. But there's also an Easter egg. Right here, that's the outline of the original Willys Jeep, and it dates back to 1941. The Renegade is offered in two different guises. The base engine is Jeep's 1.4-litre multi-air turbocharged four-cylinder. It delivers 160 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque, which gives it solid performance. The other option is the larger 2.4-litre naturally aspirated Tiger Shark four-cylinder. It churns out 180 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque. When so equipped, the Jeep runs from rest to 100k in around 9 seconds. It will not set your heart aflutter, but it does get the job done without being too noisy in the process. Under normal circumstances, this 4x4 system drives the front wheels. However, as and when conditions dictate, it sends power rearwards. It also has something called select terrain. In the automatic mode, it looks after everything, so you don't have to worry about a thing. Then there's 3 specialized modes: snow, mud and sand. Now in each case, it alters the throttle, the transmission, the traction control system, and it locks the center differential to maximize the grip in those conditions. It all comes together very nicely indeed to give this thing some decent off-road ability. But then there's my pet peeve. Now all cars need a spare tire. What a Jeep give you on an off-road vehicle? They give you a tire repair kit. Where's my spare tyre? When it comes to driving the wheels, the Renegade is offered with a 6-speed manual or a 9-speed automatic. The part I did not like was the fact that the 9-speed box tended to get confused at times. Roll into the gas and nothing happened. Go a little deeper and it suddenly dropped one too many gears, lurch forward and then immediately upshift. In fairness, it is adaptive in nature, and so it may have been catering to a different driving style. That stated, the performance left me cold. The cabin of this Renegade North is very nicely finished. Lots of amenities, very nice materials, comfortable seats, and a commanding driving position. The one shortfall is found in the sight lines. These A-pillars are enormous, and they do cut into what you can see. Where the Renegade did impress me was the manner in which it handled the Pylon Test. I was expecting a lot of body roll and understeer to surface early on. It did not. The roll was limited to a handful of degrees and it held a tight line before it did finally slip into understeer. Throw in a decent steering setup with the right feel and feedback and it handles surprisingly well given the ground clearance. On the flip side, it does just as well when off-road. No, it does not deliver real Jeep go-anywhere performance, but for the casual boonie basher, it holds its own very nicely. This Renegade is a pretty competent package. It's got decent on-road manners, although I did not care for the transmission, and it's got some off-road credibility. However, if you're into boonie bashing, there's only one way to go, and that's the trail-rated Trailhawk version of this cute-ute.